everybody, and welcome to Frankie Upcycles. That's me. Today I want to show you in my last video I made some of these appliques, and I said I was going to decorate them up, and I want to show them to you. I said I was going to put some, buttons and jewelries and stuff like that on them. So for this little chick right here, she's just got little, for her purse, I give her some little beads. Now this one right here, she's got a little bit of everything on it. There's some more of those little beads. I don't know if I'm too close or not. But anyway, and then, so here's my big long. Uh-oh. There went my light. My bad, technical issues. Okay, so here is, here's the long leg. Now I just added this at the top. And this was a necklace. That was a bracelet. This was a necklace, and I just restrung it and run my needle through each one and then over the top of some of them, and then buttons. And so I've just added little stuff along the way, but I was really wanting this to just bedazzle it a little bit. Now here's one. I don't know if it's upside down or what. Yeah, okay. Here we go. There's the one that I've done the stenciling on, and I just add buttons and little charms to that. And then here's this one. I just added some beads. I just run my the beads through the needle. And then here's one, just buttons. I didn't add nothing to that, but just put this around the side. That's a tiny one. I don't think I'm gonna be able to use them all today, because you start putting that much on a garment, you're gonna be needing some help walking. It's gonna be heavy. Okay, so let me show you what we're gonna be working on today. I guess show you what I'm working on. You're not over here. Anyway, I got these pants right here. And I liked them because they was big-legged pants, but and plus two, they were Hollisters, and I figured they was pretty good pants. And they're not real thick. You know, they're sort of on the thick, softer side of blue jeans. So what I'm going to do is work with these, and I'm going to add some of these appliques. Now, like I said, I can't put them all on there. It's just too much. But I got them because they was cheap. Was some of those that was in that pile that stayed over there forever. I got them because they was cheap, but they don't fit me. My husband, now I ain't going to tell you what he says. Anyway, I am going to cut these pants down both sides, because I can't get them over my butt. So I'm going to have a panel in the side. And so what I'm thinking I'm working with today is this right here. It's about the same weight of these jeans. And so, you know, you've probably seen this before in other videos, but I'm trying to use it up because it takes up a lot of room. So anyway, I'm going to use some of this. I'm going to cut me 2 panels out, and then I'm going to try to figure out how I'm going to get them to make those pants a little wider. Okay, got my 2 panels cut. And, you know, this was a curtain, a big curtain, and it was well made. It used to have that real backing on the back of it. Of course, I tore that off. I used to have them hanging in here, but it was sort of made it dark. So anyway, these are the panels I'm going to be working with, and I'm fixing to cut these pants right up the side. Cut this all the way up, and I think what I'll do when I get to the top, I think I might go ahead and take this thing off too, because when I go to sew it back together, that's going to be hard to sew over. But anyway, just trial and error. If it don't work, I'll do something else. You know what would be wise if I would go in there and get a pair of pants that actually fit me and measure them, so I don't know how much to cut those panels out. I think that would be a good idea. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so by my measurements, I got about this much on both sides. It's inch, 2 inches. So I will work with that and cut my panels out. I'm going to cut them out larger, and then I can always thin them down, trim them down. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut this hem off too. Well, I can just toss them other measurements. I went and got them blue jeans and tried to measure, because now I've cut these little seams right here off too that was on the side, so that's gonna add to it. So scratch that first idea. I'm gonna have to just measure as I go. Anyway, my measurements ain't gonna fit you anyway. Yours ain't gonna fit me, so I'm not even gonna say what they are. Number one, I don't want you to know how fat my butt is. I'm just not gonna go over measurements. Okay, so here's my pants. That's what I'm gonna be working with. What I'm gonna do first, because I've already got them open here, I'm not gonna worry about the side panels yet. I'm going to decide where I want these. Now, I already know I want this one on this whole leg right here. So all I gotta do now is just zigzag all the way down, all the way up. I think I might start doing mine like this because it's so much easier than having to go around each one on the leg. So much easier. So that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to go ahead and sew this one down. Okay, so I've got this one sewed on, and when I was sewing it down so it would, you know, be sturdy in the middle, I went ahead and just done some stitches down through here and just made sure that it was going to stay secure on the, because I just didn't want it, you know, being loose from the pants leg itself. So I secured it on and just went all the way down this in between them. Let me show you this find that I got at the Goodwill. It was $3.99 and I thought it was worth the money. I got a twofer, and here's what it is. It's a fall on the front and snowman on the back. So that was a twofer for $3.99, so $2 a piece. I think that's pretty good. It's pretty thick, and you just pull these off and put them on the front when you want to do the snowman, and vice versa. I just thought I'd show that to you because I thought it was so cute, and I put that on my front porch during these seasons. I also found me a bunny, but my last name don't start with a P, so I'm going to paint this white and put my initial on there, and it was $3.99. Okay, so I'm going to work on this leg right here. Now, to make it match so it'll all blend in, these are my panels I'm going to put on the sides. So I cut me out some little ladies. I already showed those to you. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put me one, I think I'll put this one down on this side, and then I'll turn it over. And I think I'm just going to put the one here and the big one here. And I think I'm going to do that. Oops, you can't even see it. I think I'm going to do that, and then I'll work on the panels. Well, it's break time, and I'm just sitting here, and I was looking at my hair. You know, I told y'all pretty good while back that I was just letting it grow on out to gray because I'm not working anymore, and so, you know, I don't have to visit with people face to face and them say, oh, you said she didn't get gray, she needs to do something with her hair. So, you know, I don't have none of that. So I'm just letting it grow on out, but I do have a haircut appointment this month, and so maybe she'll cut some more of this yellow off. You know, I feel like, you know, it's two-tone hair. She was trying to blend it in for me, and she did a great job. But I feel like you know how people smoke and, you know, they got that yellow on their fingers or whatever. I feel like I got smoker's hair. Anyway, I'm going to get my hair cut again this month. So, you know, maybe just keep getting shorter and shorter, but that's where I am. Just thought I'd show you my overalls while I got a minute. I did these. They're in another one of my videos. And I just love them. They're so comfortable. And, like I said, there's a video about them. I just thought I'd show them to you. Okay, so I have decided not to go with this one right here because, number one, it's too heavy. So it's sort of heavy. I think I might save this for maybe like the back of a jean coat or something. So since I'm not going to use that, I have opted to go with like this and this. So I'm going to sew them on and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so to let you know where we are, this is where we're at. And here's the back. Now, I'll tell you that I did not use that big one because it was weighing my pants down. You know, I can just feel the weight in it already. So, you know, maybe that's why they sew them to the pants. Okay, so with me sewing that on those blue jeans back panel, it did make it heavier. So, you know, that's just something to think about. Okay, so, you know, I mean, you can do that if you're not going to be using so much, but, you know, that's what happened. Look, I have cut out some pockets. Oh, one went on the floor. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just top stitch these on the outside as they are. And then for this right through here, I'm going to put a little fabric glue right there, and then that will make it stay down. I think to even it out, I'm just going to throw one of them patches on there. You know, you've seen them from them other jeans. There's nothing behind it, just going to sew it straight to it. So that way I sort of even it out on the front. Okay, so you know I added this one right here because there's nothing behind it and it was lightweight. However, these and these are on the heavy side as well as these two. Now these is just one plain piece I put over the top of the pockets. But before I sew them up, before I start putting the side panels on, I think I'm going to remove this one just to lighten up the load a little bit. But I'll save it and put it on something else. You know, I really hate to take this off of here because I had it on there really, really good. I'd sewed around it a couple of times, so it's taking me a while to get it off. But I think that'll be best for me in the long run because, I mean, it was really heavy. So, you know, if I put them on right now, I would probably have to call an Uber to help me get to the bathroom, and that's just 4 steps away. Man, I'm going to tell you what. This was not a booger getting it off. It was 2 boogers. I can lay this out like this. I can use this as my band, roll it under, and do it like that. And then sew the other side to it like that. But, you know, I'm not exactly sure now since I've cut so much off of it how much I need, so I'll have to try it on. Okay, so what I've done is I've got this blue material right here. It's flimsy, but I'm going to use it as a pattern because I don't want to take the chance on messing up the panels that I've already cut out, because I know they need to be smaller right through here and then bigger down through here. So I'm going to use this as a template, and then that way I don't mess up the 2 that I've already cut. Okay, so here's the deal. I have got these side panels on. These are the temporary ones because I needed a pattern. And so I know I needed to take it up about that much on both sides. But I'm going to have to measure these like I did and put these panels right here on, and then they may be okay. I don't know. Or I could, oh, it's sticking me. Okay, I could just put them on here and just do a seam down the side when I put those on. But when I do, that's just going to break up the pattern, and I don't know if I'm going to like that or not. So I'm going to try this first. If it don't work, then I'll do it the other way, and then I'll have like the fray on the outside. But we'll see. Okay, so when I take this off, I will be putting this on. So as luck would have it, and I'm glad, this width right here is just half of one panel. So all I got to do is just use one panel. So I'll have another panel just in case something goes wrong. So I'll get 2 panels out of this to complete these pants. Okay, so here's my panels. I've tapered them off at the top, and I'm gonna fold it down right here, do me a top stitch, and that will be up there where my band is. What I'm thinking is this, to make sure that they're gonna be snug enough, I think what I'll do is put me a piece of elastic in both of these panels, and then that way I won't have to worry about going through there and taking it up some more, I think. So let's try it. Okay, I got my 2 pieces cut, and I'm just gonna run it through this little channel right there. Okay, I got both of those done. Now I'm just fixing to sew them down the leg. Okay, so I've got it pinned all the way down. I'm fixing to sew it, and then I'll flip it over, and then I'll do the same thing to this side. Okay, here we go. I think it turned out right well. I had to take it up here, and then it just tapers down, and along with this side too. But now I have got to fix the bottom because, you know, I wanted to make sure I had enough. So I got to cut that off. Okay, so to recap what I did, I sewed that piece down right there, well, from the inside. So I sewed that down, that way it won't leave, you know, it's not going to be up like this right here. So I sewed it down, and then that way, I don't know if you can see it, that way it's fits snug to me. It's not going to be no raw edges. I took my serger and just serged all the way down these pants on all of the legs, and I had to cut that a belt loop off, so I saved them. I'm fixing to just put it right back on. These pants are a little on the heavy side. I am not going to put anything down there. I just cut that side off. Does anybody remember watching the Brady Bunch back in the day? You remember when she said, Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. Well, look, I have got to say something too. Dorothy, 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 look a here. I did not know you could make fake pockets, real pockets. Now I know one of them's bigger than the other. When I do one, if I ever find another one, I'll know how to do it better. But for now, these are functional pockets. Thanks, Dorothy, for that tip. I really appreciate it. They're under here. And then now what I'm fixing to do is put this panel on top of them. You won't even see them from the inside. I'm going to sew that down right here, and we're going to make a purse. And to go with my outfit, I'm going to have a matching purse with matching pockets. Okay, Dorothy, here is the pocket that I put on the inside. And so when I got through, I just cut that material open, and that's what I'm fixing to do here. The pocket's back there. I've just got to open it up. So I'm gonna put my seam ripper in there and just seam rip it open up to here. And there we go. Look, there's my pocket. Dorothy, that was genius. Thank you for sharing with me. Pockets, pockets. Now I can make this a box bottom if I want to, but I'm just going to sew it across and see how I like it. If I don't, then I'll make the box by cutting these corners. Okay, here's what it looks like with just sewn straight across. And you know, I feel like I get more purse if I have boxed, so I think I'll go ahead and do it. Okay, so I did a little top stitch over the top of it, because I don't have any cardboard to put in there right now, but I wanted it to be sturdy. So now I think that'll help. So here's the inside, and then like I said, there's more pockets. But anyway, I'm going to work on a strap. This come off the side of that curtain, and it was the hem. I'm just going to cut me off 2 pieces and sew them to both sides. All right, so I've got those sewed on right here, and what I'm going to use for a strap is this right here. Now, it come off of, I think, a makeup bag, but, you know, you get these all the time. They're on everything. So save them. They come in handy. I'm just going to clip it one side to the other. And here's the other side. And now I've got me a matching purse. Who knew? You know, you always got to secure your bag, so I'm fixing to add me a piece of Velcro. I think that's just so cute, the matching pockets. The matching, you know, I'm about too matchy. I don't know. Sometimes I just have enough material and I just want to keep using it. But anyway, listen, I just want to thank everybody for sticking with me. All you old subscribers, you new subscribers, I really appreciate it. Look, I'm not a professional by any means. I am just winging it as I go, and I'm just having fun. But I want to especially thank Dorothy for giving me that tip on those hidden pockets to make them real pockets. So I really enjoy the purse more now because it's got more pockets. I mean, come on, pockets. But listen, I do want to say before I go that the Lord has laid it on my heart to invite you to come and know Him as His Lord and Savior. I just want you to take advantage of that. It's a free gift. Find you a good church to go to. It makes all the difference in the world. And until next time, I want to say, God bless you. God bless your family, your children, and y'all stay safe. Guess who? Guess who? Guess who's in my shot?